here's week 7 and 8 cool down. We're gonna take this just nice and easy, so listen to your body, but you should feel, since you're feeling nice and warm, this should feel really nice, like a good stretch. So the first position we're gonna start in is a lunge position, and we're gonna do a couple of yoga moves today. So you're gonna swing your arms up, and then you're gonna move out to the side, swing your arms up again, twist back, and then come down to rest on that thigh. In this position, I feel a nice stretch in my right calf. Then we're gonna come up again, open up, back together, and down. Nice stretch in that right calf. My cat is helping. This time we're gonna come up. We're gonna open. You are gonna lean back. Bring that left hand up to the sky. Come back to neutral. Spin around. And come on back down. With each stretch position, you should feel a little bit more and a little bit more movement. We're gonna do a couple more of these. Hold it, take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Come back together, and come on down. We're gonna do one more in this position, and then we're gonna switch sides. Back to the front, twist, and then sink it down, sink down. I'm gonna put my hands down to bring my feet together and come on up, and I'm gonna switch sides. So I'll start in my lunge position, I'll swing my arms up, and then I'll twist. And I'll twist back and come in and feel that nice stretch in the left calf. Okay, we'll come up, we'll open, we'll turn back, and we'll feel that stretch. All right, we'll come up now, and we'll open, and this time we'll come up, bringing that right hand up to the ceiling, feeling that nice stretch in here. Forward, here, and here. Let's do 2 more. And last one. And again, I'm going to put my hands down to come on forward. Now, we are going to come down into a down dog position. I'm going to show you from the side. So you're going to come on down, put those feet behind you, and what I want to do is I want to pedal. Again, loosening up those calves. tight calves can cause shin splints. It can cause plantar fascia pain, which is the bottom of your foot. So it's definitely something we want to address. You can also do it bilaterally, up and down, just nice and slow, remembering that this is a stretch and a cool down, not a strength training session. Now we're going to come fully to the floor. We're going to stretch out our hips. So there's a couple of ways we can do it. One way is to just simply cross your one leg over the other, thread your arms through, and hold the other hamstring. What you want to be cautious of though is you want to make sure that your tush doesn't come off the floor. You want to keep that sacrum on the floor as best you can. So if that's difficult, using a strap or a belt here would be ideal. If that you're not feeling a stretch with that, what you can do is you can shift over to, so it's my right leg, so I'm going to shift over to the left and try again, and that helps me feel a little bit more. If you're still not feeling that, the next step could be to come into a reclined cow pose. So all I'm doing is I'm starting here and I'm swinging this left leg around, and now I feel this on the right much more intensely. I would hold this for about 20 seconds, and then I would switch sides and give myself a break. So then I would cross the left over the right, and I would just reassess. How does this feel? Does it feel like a stretch? Not really. Okay, so then I shift over, feel a little bit more of a stretch, but nothing too intense. Then if I were to grab my right leg, that's the perfect amount of stretch that I'm looking for my body. And I would hold that for 20 seconds. Same thing, if you're having difficulty grabbing that ankle, you could certainly use a strap, a yoga strap or a belt to hold here, or even a dog leash. I would do 3 to 5 on each side. Now the other option for a hip stretch is to come into a pigeon. So you're going to start off in a down dog, and then you're going to swing your leg in between your hands. So ideally you'd want to be parallel, and you want to be able to sink down into this. Now, the ideal place to feel this is going to be my right tush. I feel this a little bit more in my hamstring though, so I think this might be too aggressive for myself at this moment. And as you can see, my leg is creeping in, so I'm not getting the stretch that I'm desiring. So I might switch back over to that reclined cow pose. The way you get out of this is you just simply slide that foot back and then come out of it. Okay. Now, we always want to make sure that if we're stretching our calves, we want to stretch our hamstrings. So one of my favorite things to do is just put a strap on my foot and then reach down towards my toes. Feel a stretch right in the back of the thigh. And I found that I'd rather do a 1 minute hold 3 times as opposed to a 30-second hold 6 or 7 times, because I find that the longer durations benefit my body. Listen to your body. If you find that you're a slow counter, 20 to 30 seconds of each might be fine. If you find that you're a longer, slower counter, or excuse me, if you find you're a quicker counter, probably holding for the longer period of time would be ideal. You can also use your timer on your phone, or I like using commercial breaks too. The idea is to make sure that the knee is pushed towards the ground. You don't necessarily have to focus on bringing that toe up, because we're not stretching the calf, we're stretching the back of the thigh, the hamstrings. So, like I said, I would do a minute hold 3 to 5 times on each side, depending on how much time I had in my day. Now, you're gonna grab a chair or a stool, and we're gonna stretch our inner thighs. So we've stretched our hip flexors when we started off this session. We stretched our calves, we just stretched our hamstrings. We stretched the outside of our thighs by doing the pigeon, and now we want to stretch the inside of our thighs. We're getting a full comprehensive stretching session. So you can either use a lower stool, like a step stool, or you can use a chair. What you're going to do is you are going to pull your palms together. You're going to put your elbows at your knees, and you're going to stretch. So my elbows are pushing out just like this, so I can feel a stretch in my inner thighs. In here. This also addresses the pelvic floor, which is really nice. Just make sure this feels good on your back. And you can take a couple of deep breaths here. I would hold this for about 30 seconds, 5 times. Then you can bring your legs in, give yourself a break. And the last one I want to do for the cool down today is to just get a nice rotation stretch, because as we all know, when we're running, we're getting some rotation in there. So you are going to lie down on your back. You are going to cross your one leg over, and then you're going to try and open up your arm on the other side. If this is too aggressive, you can just simply come into a bent elbow as opposed to an extended elbow. So then you're still getting that stretch, but it's not quite as aggressive, and you're not going to hurt yourself or cause yourself any discomfort, and you're still getting that nice opening. The other option is to put your leg all the way over and then rotate. It's up to you, whatever feels most comfortable. I would do this for a shorter duration. I would do this for about 15 seconds. And I may only do 3 per side, because it's going to be a little bit aggressive on your back. You might find that one side is more flexible than the other, and that's okay. But always do it just to your comfort level. And that is your cool down for this week. I hope you feel nice and flexible, and have a good day. Bye.